Hello, our great students. How are you? I hope you are fine and everything is very good. Part of being successful is about asking questions and listening to the answers. So now let's answer some questions and do quick revision for the WH question words. Let's start. Who are they? They are kids, they are animals, they are the minions. What do you think? Yes, great. So we use who to ask about people. What do they want? They want ice cream, they want pizza, they want water. What do you think? Yes, ice cream. So we use what to ask about things. What is the color of the ice cream? Blue, green, or red? Yes, green. So we use what to ask about things.
Кинопробы. Миньоны. Массовка.
Where are the minions? They are in a contest, they are in a school, they are in an audition. What do you think? Look at the sign here. Yes, great. So we use where to ask about places.
Массовка.
We have a blank here are the minions. They are at a fair. What, where, or why? What do you think? We are asking about place. Yes, great. Where? Why are they hitting him? Because they are bad. They hate him because he hit another minion. What do you think? Yes, great. So we use why to ask about reasons. Which one fixed the screen? The big one or the little one? What do you think? Look at here. Yes, the little one. So we use which to ask about an option or choice. How did he ruin it? With a knife, with a ball, or with an apple? What do you think? Yes, with a ball. Very good. So here we have how to ask about a procedure or method. When does the fire alarm rings? When there is a gas leak, when we have to wake up, or when there is a fire? What do you think? Yes, when there is a fire. Very good. So we use when to ask about time. Is he angry because the minions made a huge mess in the room? What, where, or why? What do you think? We start the answer with because. So which one is the correct one? Yes, why? Is him, he is Goo. Who, where, or how? We are asking about a person. Yes, who, very good. So we use who to ask about people. Very good. Great job, my dear students. And now let's see what are the types of questions. We have many types of questions. Let's see the first one. We have yes-no questions. Let's see the examples. Do you like this country? Yes, I do, or no, I don't. Are they ready for the trip? Yes, they are, or no, they aren't. We have WH questions. We start these questions with WH question word. Let's see the examples. Where is he from? When did you come here? And here you have to answer with full answer. And also we have taggy questions. Do you remember them? Let's see the examples. Jane isn't in France, is she? Our dad will come soon, won't he? And also we have choices questions. So these are the types of questions. Now let's remember, how do we form questions? We have auxiliary verb plus subject plus the main verb and the object. Auxiliary verb, do you remember what are the auxiliaries? Do, does, did, is, are, am, was, were, will, and also we have many auxiliaries. And also we have WH question word. We add them at the beginning of the questions. Look at the example here. Is she reading a book? And at the end we put a question mark. The second one, are they going to the park? Question mark. Do you eat healthy food? Question mark. Did he win the game? And will Anne start her project? So look at these questions. These are yes-no questions because we start with the auxiliary. Now, if you want to add WH question word, we can add why is she reading a book if we are asking about a reason. And here we are asking about a place. So where are they going? And we delete to the park because we are asking about the place. And here we have when. how did he win the game? And here we have when will Anne start her project. So this is how we form a questions, and we can put the form in a simple word, which is Qasim. Look at here, Q for WH question word, A for auxiliary, S for subject, and M for the main verb. So you can use this word in order to remember the form of these questions. And these questions, they are in the direct speech. So now let's learn how to change the questions from direct speech to reported speech. So we're gonna learn how to change the questions from direct speech to reported speech. We usually introduce reported questions with the verb ask. Okay, so we start with ask or asked. He asked me or her or him if or whether with yes no questions, or he asks me with WH words for the WH questions. So we use if or whether if we have yes no questions, and we use the WH question words if we have WH questions. And we start the reported speech for the questions with asked. Okay? And here we need to change pronouns and tense. We backshift with the tense. Do you remember? From present to past, as well as time and place in the reported questions. So we change pronouns, tense, time, and places. Look at number 3. We need to change the words order. So when we report a question, it is no longer a question. It is a statement or a sentence. So in writing, there is no question mark, and the words order is like a normal statement or a sentence. We have subject, verb, object. Now let's see, how do we report questions and WH questions in specific? We start reported the questions with subject plus ask plus question word. Let's see how. Look at the direct question. He said, where do you live? Let's see the reported the question. He asked her where I lived. So look at here. We have the speaker plus the reporting verb asked with a pronoun, then WH word, then subject, then verb. But pay attention here, please. We delete the auxiliary do, does, did. Only do, does, did. We delete the auxiliary do, does, did. If there is do, we delete it. Does, we delete it. Did, we delete it. Only these auxiliaries, okay? Then we shift back the tense. We shift back the tense from present to past. Then don't forget to change the subject pronoun. The subject pronoun. And we don't put the question mark in the reported question. So this is how we change the questions from the direct speech to the reported speech. Look at here, we put the speaker plus reporting verb, which is asked, with a pronoun, plus WH word, then we put the subject, then a verb. And now let's practice together. Make reported questions. Start your answer with she asked me. Let's see the first one. Why is Julie sad? We will start with she asked me, then we put the WH question word, then we shift back. She asked me why was, yes, great, Julie sad, very good. She asked me why Julie was sad, great. Let's see the next one. What's for dinner? She asked me what was for dinner. Okay, let's see the third one. Who do you go running with? Look at the answer. She asked me who I went running with. Here we delete the auxiliary do. Okay? Who I went running with. Who, we put the WH. I, we change the pronoun. Went, we shift back with the tense. And here we complete the sentence. Look at the fourth one here. What does Luke do at? Don't forget to delete the auxiliary. Shift back with the tense. So she asked me what Luke did or he did at the weekend. So she asked me what Luke did at the weekend. We delete the auxiliary does. Good. Good. So this is how we report questions. And now let's practice more in your class book, page 80. Let's start with question number 1. Read and match which questions are in the story. Look at here, we have the questions. We have to match them with their reported. Look at number 1. What's the mission? Number 2. Where are the original passengers? And number 3. Whose are these photos? Have you finished? Okay, check your answers, please. 1 with B, she asked what the mission was. And number 2 with C, I asked him where the original passengers were. And number 3, whose are these photos? He asked them whose these photos were. Great job. Look at the question number 2, look at the table and answer. Look at here, we have direct speech and here we have reported speech. We report the questions with asked. We leave out the auxiliary verb do. So do you remember that we said we have to delete do, does, and did in the reported questions. Look at here, where do you play? I asked him where he played. I asked him where he did play. This is a wrong reported question, but this is the correct one because we delete the auxiliary verb do. Look at the question here. Do we write reported questions as a question or a statement? Yes, great, as a statement or as a sentence. Very good. And now look at question number 3. Write the words in order to make reported questions. Look at here, we have singer, she, was, asked, who, me, favorite, and my, and also we have full stop, of course, because we don't put question mark in the reported questions. Okay, try to answer these sentences. Okay, let's check your answers. Look at number 1. She asked me who my favorite singer was. Number 2. I asked you what your favorite snack was. And number 3. We asked them where they worked. Great job. And now look at question number 4. We have to look and report the questions, okay? Look at number 1, when's your birthday? Number 2, how often do you play computer games? Number 3, who's your favorite actor? And number 4, what's your favorite food? Number 5, why do you like singing? And number 6, where do you live? So we have to report these questions. And look at the picture here. Here we have reporters and they are asking a famous person and she is a girl. So can you make a reported question? Look at number 1. When's your birthday? She asked her when her birthday was. Is it correct? Okay, we will see. Look at number 2. How often do you play computer games? She asked her. How often? Do we put do? Yes, great. We delete do. She asked her how often she played computer games. Very good. Okay, complete 3, 4, 5, and 6 by yourself, please. Then check your answers. So these are the correct reported questions. Have you finished? Okay, great job. And now let's move to your activity book. Page 62. So your activity book, page 62. Let's start with question number 1. Listen to the interview and number the reported questions in order. So we have to listen to the audio in order to put these sentences in the correct order. So listen carefully, please.
Listening 109. Listen to the interview and number the reported questions in order.
Hello, I'm Linda. Today, I'm going to try flying in a hot air balloon. But first, I'm going to find out more about the experience. Here's my interview with Dave Dawson, who's my pilot today. Hi, Dave. This looks fun, but please explain, how can a balloon full of air fly?
It's simple, but it's a brilliant idea. We make the air inside the balloon hotter and it rises. To come down, we let the air inside cool and the balloon goes down again.
Oh, okay. And how high does this balloon go?
This balloon goes up to 1,000 meters. It's a great view from up there.
Wow, 1,000 meters. But is it safe? How safe is it to fly in a hot air balloon?
Well, Linda, you don't need to worry. The team are very well trained and we make sure it's safe.
What safety equipment do you have in the balloon? Do you have parachutes?
We don't have parachutes, but we do have other safety equipment. And we only fly when the weather is right, when it's safe to fly.
When is it safe to fly?
Well, like I said, you need the weather to be right. The best day for flying is when it's been cool overnight and there's a light wind. We can't fly when it's too windy, but we need some wind to steer.
So, is today a good day for flying?
It's perfect weather for flying today. Come on, I'll take you up.
Okay, why not? Listen to my report next week to find out what it was like to fly. Dave, wait for me.
Okay, so do you know what is the correct order of the sentences? Okay, check them, please. 5, 4, 3, 2. Great job. And now look at the question number 2. Tick the correct reported question forms. Okay, look at here. Mrs. Jones, why is some food unhealthy? We have 2 options. We have to take the right one. Here, this is the correct one. Jenny asked her why some food was unhealthy. Look at number 2. Why do you wear goggles for swimming? Look at here. Andy asked me, why did I wear goggles for swimming? Andy asked me why I wore goggles for swimming. Which one is the correct reported question? Is it A? Do we have to put did in the reported? Yes, great. This is the correct one. Great job. So B is the correct reported question. What about number 3? Where can we buy a helmet like yours? Look at the options here. Zoe and Lucy asked where can they buy a helmet like mine? Or Zoe and Lucy asked where they could buy a helmet like mine. What do you think? Is it A? Do we shift back with the tense here? Yes, great. So it is B. Very good. Where they could buy a helmet like mine. Great job. Okay, look at the question number 3. Ask and answer, then write the questions as reported speech. Look at the questions here. How often do you eat junk food? How many hours of TV do you watch? What sports or hobbies do you do for fun? What time do you go to bed? And what fruit and vegetables do you eat often? So you have to report these questions. Can you do it? Yes, you can, yes. Let's start with number 2. Look at here. Here we start the reported question with asked. So the speaker, either she or he. So you can put either she or he. She asked or he asked. He asked me how many hours of TV I watched. Okay, what about number 3? What sports or hobbies do you do for fun? Don't forget to delete the auxiliary. So the correct answer is, he asked me what sports and hobbies I did for fun. Look at number 4. What time do you go to bed? He asked me what time I went to bed. Great job. What fruit and vegetables do you eat often? Yes, great. He asked me how often I ate fruit and vegetables. Great job, my dear students. So this is how we report questions. That's all for today, my dear students. See you next time. Be safe, please. Goodbye.